Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to introduce Mr. Koti Reddy, an accomplished professional engineer in construction technology. He is currently serving as a territorial technical service manager at UltechCem. He has oversees construction chemicals, adhesives, and ready-mix concrete. His expertise in building products has earned him recognition of subject expert in the field. Mr. Reddy holds an M.Tech in structural engineering from Cheral Engineering College and B.Tech in civil engineering from Pace Institute of Technology and Sciences. Further enhancing his professional acumen, he is pursuing an MBA in marketing management from Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. With a strong foundation in structural engineering, material technology, and technical services, Mr. Reddy is dedicated to advancing construction practices through innovation and expertise. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Koti Reddy presentation.
Hello, Suresh ji. Hello.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, Suresh. You're audible. You can carry on.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I will try to share my screen. Just let me know if my screen is visible. Is it visible?
No, sir. Yes, it's visible.
From my side, I have. Yeah. Thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone, and I know this is the series which we are going, and today I'm here to discuss about some important things which we are definitely required in future, which is nothing but our sustainable living. And being a civil engineer, of course, you all will become civil engineers in very few days. So you have to know how we can build some sustainable houses. So with this, I will start my topic. So sustainable living, even nowadays, our Prime Minister and all G20 also discussing about sustainability. What is sustainability? We are using all the resources which are available on the earth, Mother Earth. So what about our future generations? Of course, we don't want to compromise on our comfortability. So we are using all the resources like water, power, and all the things. But we should always think, what about our next generations? That is what sustainability. We can use all the things, but without depriving these resources for future generations. If not, what will happen? Do we have the day called dry day? That means, do we wait for that? All the resources were over, nothing is there on the earth. Of course, you can see some of the things already getting reduced in the earth. So what could be the alternative? So we should see the alternatives and we should do all these things. So for that, in our construction industry, what we can do, actually what we are doing right now. So being a civil engineers, we should understand we are using almost all the resources for constructing, and that means living, better living. We are all using most of the resources. So here with this green homes concept which IGBC has given us, and almost all sustainability factors around these things, we can save almost 40% of the energy. That means maybe the energy from power, maybe the energy from other things, we can save 40% of the energy. And we can save 40% of water. Also, we should use these triple R technique. That means, first of all, we should try to reduce the usage, and then we should try to recycle those things and reuse the generated waste or materials. That means which is left off, that should be reused in our construction or maybe some other industries. What will happen to us? You will things. And when we are going for these green homes in a sustainable manner, we will get a, that means occupants which we are like who we are going to stay in those houses or those society will be with good health, of course. So for this, first we have to see what are the green materials we are having. That means a sand, that means fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, cement. These all are the regular uses of building materials. And in this, of course, that aggregate we are getting from natural resources, whatever it may be, coarse or fine aggregate, we are getting it from natural resources. Water we are getting from natural resources. Of course, cement again made of the natural resources like limestone and all these things. So in these all the things what we are seeing, even the bricks we are making it from natural resources. These all the things we are getting it from natural resources only. So how we can reduce the usage and how we can see any green materials like alternative materials are there or not. Let us see what we can call it as green materials. Almost in the world, we consume, that means the construction industry will consume 3 billion metric tons of the building material annually. That means which is one third of the global resources. And 12% of the fresh water we are using construction industry. These are very, very limited. I will show you later also why these are limited. See, if we are using all these resources right now, if those are not available for the future, what we can do? Construction industry, population is keep on increasing. How we can control all these things? How we can give our future generations? How we can give these resources to our future generations? So it is our duty to preserve these all. How we can preserve? Again, the same thing. Materials, green materials means which is made like, for example, if you are constructing a house in Andhra Pradesh, maybe in Guntur or Prakasham, but you are getting granite or marble from the Rajasthan, it may not be called as green material because the distance the material is traveling, again all the sources are in that. That means energy, again fuel cost, by that fuel some carbon emissions are there. These all things also should be looked at, and which we are getting from within 400 or 300 kilometers. For example, you are getting Kadapa stone from Kadapa, which will be a green material for you because it's not far than 200 kilometers or 300 kilometers. So these are the things first we should look into. The building materials what we are getting, it should be nearby only. That means the local material should be there. And in the manufacturing process, the raw materials, from the raw materials, the manufacturing process, the usage, the disposal or reuse, recycle process of that material, everything is there. Everything should be taken care to get the green certification, to get into the green building materials. Let us see what is green certification. Green Pro certification is nothing but when we product green way in a way sustainable way, that certificate yes, that means the manufacturer will get a certificate for that. So which is by IGBC and again Confederation of Indian Industry, they will get it. So these type of certificates, by seeing this logo, Green Pro logo, we can see that is a green material. In other materials like bricks, AAC blocks are green material. I will tell you why these AAC blocks are green material. Red brick, we are making it from the mud, that means clay. So again, as I said, we are using the natural resources. But in the AAC, most of the material is fly ash. You all know fly ash is a material, that means byproduct, when we are getting power from the thermal power plants. The coal is burned and the ash is coming out. In that ash, actually for this ash, fly ash and GGBC, these are the materials which cannot be consumed by any other industries like the same industries. For example, the steel manufacturer is manufacturing slag, GGBS, that means the byproduct of the steel. They cannot use it. They should dump it at any place, or they should dump it in some other sea or like that. But when they are doing like that, it won't be a sustainable way, because again the disposal of the CG waste is not happening in a correct manner. At the same time, pond ash like fly ash, pond ash, this ash also from thermal power plants, they are just dumping in a way where there is a land, separate land or some ponds or like that. It is not a right way. What these manufacturers of the companies, what they are doing right now with the IGBC help and national government like IS codes, by following some of the IS codes, they are making some product out of it, which again falls under reuse of that. How AC blacks, or Falsy blacks, these are mainly made of the flash, flash content. So these are the green certified. And MSAND, as you know, when they are crushing the core finer parts out of it, but they are now actually wasting it or dumping somewhere else. But if you are ready to sieve that, or if you can just fitting a mesh into that, you can get the fine aggregate also out of the same coarse aggregate, which is under 2 mm or 4.75 mm. As per our norms, we will get it. That is manufacturing sand. Again, it will also be called as green material. And the cements, like some of the cements, blended cements, I will show you in the next slide. Those are also called as green certified, because they are using this granulated slag, the GGBS, and at the same time fly ash. And this compressed wood, nowadays the engineered wood, what we are having, that is also green material, because the engineered wood is nothing but the wood which we are getting from all these depots, the waste materials like small pieces. They will recycle this and they will compress and they will made engineered wood. Nowadays all the manufacturing of these small like furniture units, they are making, that means they are making all the furniture out of the engineered wood mostly. The corkboard also similar one, where they are getting it from the cork, waste cork. So these are the materials like blended cement. When they are using it, that means fly ash or GGBS, they will be called as green materials and they will get a certification. Also, ready mix concrete, as you all know, ready mix concrete, there are triple blend and double blend. Double blend means they will blend fly ash and cement, and triple blend means they will blend GGBS, uh, like fly ash and cement. This is triple blend. In the double blend, maybe they can also go for the slag and cement. So this is what they are doing. So all the ready mix concretes nowadays, that is a green materials, of course. And To reduce the water also, they are using all the admixtures. By that way, they are also saving the water. Generally, we like there is a thing that in ready mix concrete they will mix more water because for, but as engineer, as a civil engineers, we should know that it's not by water, because if they will mix more water, it will be segregated. So they are using for that means they are going for admixture. So by those admixtures, they will get the slump. That means workability, and by that they are saving most of the water also. And AEC blacks, as one of Ultratech is also one of the manufacturer of the AEC blacks. As I already told, these are very lighter than our normal bricks and even water. The density of the AEC black is 600 to 700 kg per cubic meter, and it will insulate in some of the ways, like it will be used as cover of the building also. That means envelope of the building, which will I discuss in later things. And these all the materials dry mix nowadays, it's like a simple Maggie type of thing. They will just get a bag and they will mix some water and they will use like anything. By this they are saving energy, that means manpower, and at the same time they are reducing the wastage, and at the same time water also measurable, that means limitedly mixed into these things, and these are sustainable products. Okay, this is the first like we have discussed about some of these materials. Let us go into the next thing, which is water harvesting. You know, rainwater harvesting, it's again a topic, but water harvesting means not only just rainwater, we can do all the things, all the water. As I told in the earlier things, we are having only 2.5% of the fresh water in the world, in the Mother Earth. That means all the remaining is salt water, and this 2.5% is also some in some of the glaciers it is there, and some of the surface water is groundwater is there, surface water also there. So what we can do, 1% of water is currently available with us without taking much uh, energy, because to get the surface water, groundwater, and all these things. So in this, how we are using, let me discuss the construction thing later, but at least in our regular house already, because we are already using this water in a regular house, what will be the uses of water? This bathing 35%, flushing 20%, dishwashing 21%, laundry 14%, gardening 6%, cooking 3%, drinking 1%. This is a typical house, typical home consumption of water. So here what we can do, how we can harvest this water. Again, 3R strategy. One, reduce, how to reduce the usage of water without compromising our comfortability. I'm not saying that we should be very limited, we should take only 1 liter per day to drinking, or not all these things. We should not be compromised on our comfortability, but at the same time, how we can reduce the usage with a modern technology. Second thing, recharge. How we can recharge the rainwater or the water which we are leaving outside. That is one thing. And this third thing, reuse. Reuse means the retreat of the water, water treatment, and the reuse of the water, wastewater. How we can reuse. This is again third thing. So let us see what we can do to reduce the water. Like at least some of the times we may go with these things, like water metering, and automatically, like some of the bores, you all know that when you are switching on your bore hose or pump, motor pump, automatically some water will flow out of your tank, then only you will be realized, and then you will go to switch off that motor. But nowadays you know that automatic controllers are there, That means your motor can be switched on when the tank is going to be empty, or it will automatically switched off when it is full. So these things, small automation things we can do. And water fixtures, we can fix some water fixtures and get the water like reduced. In the same way, I would like to tell you one thing. In regular taps, if you are fitting an aerator, which won't cost you more than 60 rupees or 70 rupees, or maybe normal tap versus aerator tap will be around 20% is water, like 20% is cost. With this, you can reduce water. How much you can reduce? How much you can reduce? Normal water, that means normal tap. Somewhere I will show you. Next, I will come to this. Normal tap, 15 liters per minute. That means if you are switching on the tap and you are just leaving there, 15 liters you are getting out of the tap per minute. But at the same time, if you are just fixing an aerator, the aerator will give you around 3 to 5 liters only, which is 70 to 80% is less water. But flow won't be compromised, and pressure, of course, high pressure will be there. So you need not to go for normal taps. I will tell you why. The usage of water is very limited in that time. For example, if you are cleaning some vessels, you need not 15 liter per minute water. 3 liter or 4 liter water per minute is more than enough for you. If you are brushing, you need not to have 15 liter per minute water to brush. These all the things just we can take care of, and we can save the water. Just imagine your, like myself or you, just brushing for a minute or 2 minutes. Brushing time is generally 2 minutes, and you all know that we will automatically switch on our tap for the brushing time. In these 2 minutes, you will get 30 liters of water out of it. Normal tap. If you are going for an aerator tap, you can just have 6 liter per minute. Sorry, 6 liter per these 2 minutes. That means almost you are saving 80% of the water. 14 liters for just purpose of the brushing. Just imagine if you are 4 in your house, 14 into 4 per day, how much water you can save. These are the things we should take care. And at the same time, you just see showers and all the things. Even in the flushing also, most of the times they don't know why there are two buttons are there. So you just try to know, or try to just get information about these two buttons, where we can use both the buttons, or only we can use small button. And at the same time, rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is nothing but the store the water which we are getting from the rain. How we can do? This is a conventional method of rainwater harvesting. We can just fix up an pit, rainwater harvesting pit, where there is a mess on top side and sand, the fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, some pebbles. Again, the water will be purified and groundwater will be recharged. This is conventional type. That means traditional type. So now what we can do? These are the latest one. Recently, some of the courts, when they have gone for it, they have changed it. Some of the like members, they think that it should be around the borewell. Good, it's not a bad thing. You can have rainwater harvesting pit around the borewell also. With this thing, mass again the same thing. Charcoal will be there in this. This is the way, again, one of the way to recharge our ground levels or bore water levels. But just ever, do you ever think we can reuse this water immediately? Yes, we can. And what about sloped roofs? Now we are getting all roof because the outlet pipe is there. That outlet pipe, we are getting it and we are connecting it directly to the rainwater harvesting pit, and some of the groundwater recharge is going on. That's very good, no doubt about it. But what about sloped roofs? Sloped roofs, actually this picture, so I got it from Hyderabad, the municipal corporation thing, where there is a 15 acres of park, especially for rainwater harvesting. They are just showing how we can do the rainwater harvesting, and they are creating some PVC gutters, PVC and aluminum gutters. These are the PVC gutters for sloped roof, and they are collecting all the water to the tanks there. Like this is one of the tank again, and this is the PVC gutters and syntax tanks. They are getting it. Almost this is also one of the way to collect the rainwater. So the latest one, what we can do, because people don't have that much patience that my groundwater will be recharged, then I will get my bore levels increased, then I will get benefits. No one will listen. That's why just see, mostly hardly you will find rainwater harvesting pits in AP or India. So nowadays, what the technology, by using of the technology, what we have done, some of the companies like Rainy, YZ, these companies got patents for this filter, which won't need any electricity, because again electricity it is with energy cost. So only gravity filtration will happen in these things. What it can do exactly, it is maintenance free and gravity based. It will collect all the water from the rainwater catchment area. That means the maybe the sloped roof or maybe the roof of your building, and it will filter the water. And almost 80 to 90% of the water, treated water, you will get, and the waste water will go drained out. The treated water you can send it to your sump. That means your water tank, underground water tank. From there again, you can recharge, like you can take that water to your overhead tank. It's very easy to fit and very economical also. So these are the filtration, how the filtration will happen, and all these things. So some filters will be there inside, and it will purely work on gravity. So these are the things. But again, in our India, we will go by numbers only. That means if we do this goodness, good thing will happen to you, means no one will listen. But we should prove with some numbers. For example, last time when I'm giving this presentation to some of the areas like Rajahmundry or East Godavari, I have taken this from the website, even State Development Planning Society, where you will get all the rainwater information. That means rainfall information. For with this information, just see the actual rainfall of the time. That means April, June 24 to till now. It is 1131. So with this 1131, if I'm having a house, 1,000 square feet house in East Godavari district, what will happen to me if I am saving all the water? So you know that it's roughly 10.76 square feet. Okay, we can take it 10 square feet. That means which is 100 square meters of the catchment area, and rainfall is 1132. With this 0.95 efficiency, that means 95% is water is enough for me. Remaining 5% is the slab will absorb, the roof will absorb the water, some of the walls will absorb the water. Okay, let it be. With this 95% efficiency, I will get around 1,07,540 liters. 1,07,540 liters. Just imagine how I can use this water if I am filtering it immediately. In my family there are four numbers typically, and as per our norms and CPW, central building commission thing, 135 liters, 135 liters we required per person for a day. So in the same thing, I required 540 liters per day, and this all the water I can get up to 6 months 19 days, 199 days. The rainfall also, I'm just calculating from just June. Just imagine the 6 months, 19 days. Of course, if you can take it the entire year, half of the year you need not to switch on your bore. That means you are saving electricity and you are saving the groundwater, all these things. Just imagine how we can save with the rainwater. So this is about water. So I request all of you to think twice when you are utilizing something, or when you are using water, or when you are showering more than an hour or more than 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Just think of the water, how you are utilizing and how you will get it back. So let us go to our third part. That means again green energy. Green energy is nothing but the energy which we are using right now. If you see the climatic zone of India, most of the areas we will get warm, like our conditions also, like Vijayawada, Krishna, and these all districts, Guntur districts, it will be warm and humid. So what about this? Warm and humid means all the energy typically we are using, again the same graph which I had shown in water, I will show in the power also. So we are using our electricity 26% is for AC, that means air conditioning or cooler, 15% is for geyser to get the hot water, washing machine 15%, dishwasher 12%, lighting 10%, appliances 5%, refrigerator 12%, and others 5%. Almost more than 50% of the energy we are just spending on the heating and cooling. That means either AC or geyser or refrigerator. So I'm not saying that we should not use that, we should not have this, but how can we reduce the usage? That's where we can look into without compromising our sources, our comfortability. So few of the things what we can do, our envelope of the building, let me show you again. The envelope of the building, outer cover of the building should be with some of the things like AC blocks which can reduce the heat up to 3 to 8%. Like it will reduce the heat and it will be like a heat barrier for that. And same time when we are using these windows and all, we should take care which type of windows we are using, whether it is double glazed or triple glazed, how it is taking lighting but not heat. This also we should take care. And from the top side of the building, we should see whether we can go for some green gardening or this SRI paints where we are having high solar reflective index, which is nothing but you won't get heat, which will be get back like reflected again, so that the roof won't absorb much heat and it will control almost 10 degrees than the other side outside temperature. So some of the products also there, and it has been proved that it will decrease 10 degrees centigrade in the. And these are the roof gardens where we can reduce some of the heat, because however you know that plantation or greenery will give you a cool relief from the heat. And the same thing we can go with some of the China mosaic tiles also on the top of the roof. These all things can reduce the heat from the outside and the top side. And okay, we are just trying to reduce the heat. Also, we should try to reduce the power. This thing, how we can reduce the electricity. Star rating. Most of the times we won't see what is star rating and how it will be useful. But nowadays, I think you all must aware of the BE star rating. 5 star means less electricity consumption. 3 star or 2 star means little bit more electricity consumption. So these we should take care, and minimum I urge you, I suggest you to take 4 or 5-star appliances all the times. Even I can show you how we are saving this costing also. If you are taking a AC of 5-star or 3-star, the saving of the 5-star and 3-star will be much more. That means you will save around 3,000 rupees per month, sorry, per annum. So this is the cost differentiation where we can see it may little bit less, but all of course the annual cost of the saving you can see 1.5 ton around 15,794 with this 0-star and 5-star. Of course, we won't take any 0-star, but 3-star to 5-star also there is again gap. So this is how we can reduce our uses also. Now we should think of green power where we can regenerate the power or generate the power. Solar is the best option where we can get the power by natural resources like sunlight. But just imagine if you don't have sunlight, how we are developing this power energy right now with coal. Again, coal is a definitely a limited source. You all know that. Or hydropower. Hydropower again, it will need some water where we are already like we are suffering to get much required water. Most of the summer, Hyderabad and Bangalore kind of cities already it's draining out, and they don't have water. So nowadays this become a big problem for them also. So just try to change the generation of the green power. How? By fixing a solar on your home, which will give you free power. Of course, in this thing also, most of the times, people will say that, what about my investment? I will show you, I will discuss on that also. Nowadays, even most of the schemes are available for the solar. And in the solar, first of all, I would like to tell you the process of the solar. It will be on grid and off grid. Both are there. On grid means your all power what you are generating, that power will go to grid line directly through your meter, and what you are using that also will come through grid to your house by meter. That means the meter is having both the readings, negative reading and positive reading. Like if you are generating power of 500 kilowatts and you are using 300 kilowatts, the government will pay you for rest of the 200 kilowatts. So this is how the scenario will be there in the on grid. Off grid means you have to generate the power which is your generating. All the 500 kilowatts, you have to maintain the batteries to store that 500 kilowatt power. And you can use that power at any time. That is how it is going on. But just imagine we cannot save all the time, like all the power which you are generating daily, that cannot be saved in batteries, and the remaining 200 kilowatt power also will be wasted. So I suggest you should go to on grid only. Then only you will get the this thing also, subsidy also. So for a small house again, with the power units 350 units, that means you are getting 3,500 rupees of power bill. How much you can have? You can have around 3 kilowatt solar power on your roof. This 3 kilowatts will cost you around 1.8 lakhs after subsidy, maybe 1.5 to 1.8 lakhs. In this 1.8 lakhs, just imagine 3,500 rupees you are saving per month. That means again just calculate 3,000, 1,80,000 divided by 3,500 divided by 12. In 4.5 years, you are getting all the money back. Just imagine if you are just calculating some of the numbers will be there whom they required interest also. With interest also, it might be 5 years. But all the solar will have 25 years warranty. The panels which we are getting, the inverter which we are getting, it will be there for 25 years. The rest of the 20 years, you are almost generating the 8.5 lakhs rupees power. And we all know that today 3,500 rupees is not equals to the 3,500 rupees in the future. That means rupee value is decreasing, and even with the inflation rate and all, it may not be the same tomorrow. That means I'm just trying to say the unit cost of the power today may not be the same at 2028 or 2029. It will definitely differ. So by this we can save all these things, and this is the way where we can develop the green energy and reducing the consumption of the electricity. And my final topic will be green homes. That means we have done all these things for existing homes and all. But while constructing a new house, how we can treat it as a green home, how we can change it as a green home, green certified home. Just the first requirement of this will be setbacks as per the local authority or approved plan. Setbacks means nowadays we are just increasing all the areas. Our plinth area is almost equals to the border wall of the other one. That should not be the case. We should give some setbacks. Then only the air circulation or the wind circulation will happen. That is the first most priority. And second thing, while planning only, we should plan all the cross ventilation and all the dark spaces like underground cellars. We can use some sun pipes or some openings with glass, so that we will get the lighting on the day at least, so that we can reduce the light power, that means light electricity. This is the cross ventilation. That means the cross windows or cross doors should be there. And as I discussed earlier, the windows glass which we are using, it should be limited to single glaze, like double glazing or triple glazing, because again it depends on the heat which we are getting inside, but not the light. But in the vice versa, we should use such a glass, we will get the light inside the room but not the heat. That is the best case. And some of the green building parameters, barricade should be there, dust separation, and these all are will be there. And one important thing I would like to discuss with you all, once you are preparing all the site, that means site preparation, and site preparation is going on, the top soil of the site, 150 to 200 of the top soil of the site, most of the sites we are now going for the farmlands. So this top soil is more fertile. So this soil we can store somewhere, or we can donate it to someone. That means the farmers or maybe nurseries, we can donate it. Because if we are using it for the backfilling or something else, again the soil which is there, it will take minimum 25 years to be fertile. So the fertile soil is also limited in the earth. So this soil can be donated, or at least for your own like a greenery purpose or plantation purpose also you can utilize this. So this thing, you know, that when we are going for a construction, it should not be harmful to others. So dust separations or barricades should be there. And nowadays electricity EV vehicles are more prominent. So the shade to the vehicle and the charging points to the vehicle should be planned before only. And most of the things, as we are now discussing on organic, as like sustainability, we are all discussing about organic things also, because the pesticides what we are using in the plantations or the fruits which we are getting outside, like getting from outside market, we are not sure about whether it is a organic one or not. Most of those are inorganic. So what we can do in our own premises, if you have place, we can go for some of 2 to 3 vegetable things and 2 to 3 fruits varieties we can go for, and we can get the organic this thing. But in the same, if you are doing all these things or don't doing not doing, but some of the indoor plants which was recommended by NASA should be there in your house. These 10 plants are must in your house to develop some oxygen for you, because nowadays all the rooms are closed, and no closed, we are living in a closed societies where we are getting very less oxygen, I could say, because no parks are there. Earlier there used to be so many parks and all, and we used to go to walking and all the things, but day by day lifestyles are changing and we are unable to go to outside. So this is the way we are living in the society. So these 10 plants will develop you oxygen in your house. These are purely indoor plants, and you can get sufficient oxygen. For example, per head it should be, in case date palm trees, it should be 5 plants per head, and minimum with the height of 3 feet. And rubber plants or peace lily, you can have 3 to 4 plants per head. So like that you can have some of the plants inside your house, definitely, which will be pure, like air purification will also be there, and some of the oxygen also will be there. And a few small things, you know that dry waste separates, like dry and wet waste separation should be there, and all the things should be there. And these all some of the things which were already discussed. So IGBC also providing some of the certification to these houses where we are trying to build up these green homes. One is Nest and one is Nest Plus. So these are the requirements of these things, how it should be there like that. And most of the things now Ultratech also giving through UTech sustainable things, like designing of the house and roof gardens and solar power energy, rainwater harvesting filters. These all the things are now available with Ultratech also. See some of the houses where we have given this thing, and one of the Guntur also we had given green certification. See, just see this house, Vrindavan. They are not paying even single rupee of the power bill. They are not paying even 1 rupee of the water bill. So they are taking all the vegetables. They are just farming their all the vegetables in their roof only. They are not getting any one vegetable also from outside. That is what this building is there, and definitely it's a sustainable building, we can say. So this is the thing, friends. So we when we are thinking of something like sustainability, we should take care of all these things. And of course, some of the IGBC AP accredited professionals are there like me. They will definitely help you to build some greenhouses. And in this also, if you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Uh, so can I just share it off? Like, I will just try to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Shall we go for Q&A session?
yeah, sure.
Request participants. The resource person is open for Q&A session. Kindly, if you have any doubts regarding green buildings or any certification regarding, you can ask for the, or you can ask in this session.
Or you can put it in chat also, no problem. If you are unable to ask in this room, you can put it on chat so that we can answer.
dear
I think,
participants,
yeah, please carry on.
you're all unmuted now. You can have a free session discussion also. Resource person is on the wait. Okay, I sincerely request you to go for the Q&A session, or you can post on the chat box also.
Hi, very good afternoon to you.
As per me, yes, sir. Good afternoon, Ravindra sir.
So just let me understand from you. As
Yeah.
you mentioned, external wall should be of AAC blocks
Yes, sir.
to minimize or to transfer the temperature into the room. But the question comes
Yes,
to us
sir.
is that the way of construction which is taking place, or the bonding between the two blocks, is not really giving the same strength as the normal burnt clay bricks. So in that
Yes,
case,
sir.
really people need to uh, use or consume a normal cement mortar or a epoxy cement mortar. That was
Actually,
the
in
technical
the
glitch.
case of, yeah, okay, sir. So, in the case of AAC blocks, there are few things which we can take care of. One thing, normal cement mortar cannot be used for the bonding. First thing, because normal cement mortar will shrink. So these AAC blocks will not be suitable for that shrinkage. So definitely we should use some related mortar things. Nowadays the joint motors also available with that, which is very economy and very light. It's not more than 1 mm thickness, 1 or 2 mm thickness will be there. That is one thing. Second thing, the corners of the AAC, as you are saying, the bonding between red bricks and AAC, definitely it will differ, because here we are using only one line of this thing. So the corners of the peripherals, like the bonding between concrete and brick surface, should be again with the cement mortar, because you know that it will be differ. It won't be like 2 or 3 mm. It is more than 5 mm, 6 mm. So in the corners we should go for the cement mortar. That is the way we should go for the AAC blacks. And every 3 feet, that means 1 meter, we should go for the concrete bed. That is, we are like concrete band we are calling it. So that should be there, and it is must in AAC blocks. Then definitely it will be more stronger than your red bricks.
That's good.
Yeah, a query from our side.
Yeah,
So
Ganesh.
if yes, if we have to get our campus the green building, I mean IGBC certification. So is there any simple, I mean, like a checklist so that we could easily get that?
Yeah,
Actually,
in
I have
IGB. Yeah.
IGBC manuals, a lot of manuals were there.
Okay.
They have given us, and we have a student chapter with the IGBC also.
Okay.
While going through that manuals, we are actually when we are going to teach to the students, or when we give that manuals to the students, they were like,
Hmm.
it was a big book, sir. We cannot go through all the book as we get. So is there any simple checklist for that?
Sure, sir. Actually, there are few categories in this thing, IGBC certification. So, in for the institutes like you and for industrial things, there are few points which I can share you later. In this, morely, this is all about the surroundings and the resources how we are using. Definitely, it will be there for the rainwater harvesting. That means the campus, entire campus, how much water you are using and how you are calculating it. That means if you are fixing some water fixers or water meters, and these all things will be there. Of course, as an institution, you should provide more information to that. Maybe later I can give you some points. I'm having some PDFs with me. In that, you will have all these points. That means bullet points will be there, so that you can take care of that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Yes, I will share our official mail to you, sir. You can
Sure.
mail those PDFs on that.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir. That was an informative session. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
If the participants doesn't have any question, I request to forward to the vote of thanks to our esteemed resource person. Shall we go for that? And one last call to all participants. Those who have anything about the discussions, they are open for discussion now. Or else let us move forward to the vote of thanks. Okay.
With
I
the
take that as
respect
a
of
next.
present, let me continue. With the respect of present construction which are happening in all cosmopolitan cities, but the
Sir.
concept is, I think I'm audible. So what we are
Yes,
calling
yes,
as a
sir.
shear wall construction. So then how do you consider with respect of IGBC certification? Because entire building is being constructed with mass concrete.
Sir, in the mass concrete also, like when you are going for the concretings and even shear walls construction also, this is just one factor. That means the surroundings is just one, envelope is one factor. In this type, you should check whether the thickness is like the temperature which we are getting from outside should not be the more. And as you know, some of the concretes are available like fire safe concrete and all these things. The concrete itself, it will reduce around 8 to 10 degrees from the outside temperature. So that can we can take the things. And it is one just point where we can just look off. It is not only the it's not like a mandatory point to look after for the green certification. And by that only, like nowadays all these tall buildings and high rise buildings, they are all going for shear walls only. No, there is no need of these things, sir, envelopes, sir. And the second thing, in that same thing, you can just take care of the cross ventilation functions and the windows where you are using. And some of the areas, as you know, that in cosmopolitan cities now completely they have avoided all these chajjas, like sunsets and chajjas. So that is also one point. Again, it will come to in the come into the green building concepts.
So the issue is that when we are going for the such mass concrete, initial cost is very high. Consumption of the
Yes,
resources are very high.
yes,
So, I mean, with that respect of initial cost, initial consumption of the resources, I have posed this question because
yes,
we are
sir. Like,
consuming very high resources.
yes, sir. In that view, already some of the concretes I told you, which can be called as green concrete. Of course, you also know that some even M80, M90 also we are getting with the triple blend now. It is triple blend means again GGBS will be there, fly ash will be there, and cement will be there. With that, at least we can reduce 40% of the natural resources like cement and all. So that also can be an alternative for user. Nowadays, even IIT Hyderabad, they are just 2 days before we had a session in Vijayawada, and IIT Dr. Subramaniam, he is saying that of course the code is not there, but they are trying 50% of the fly ash in concrete, and which where they are getting more strength than normal things also. Even I was very impressed with that, and I asked more information about that also. So this can be like we can limit it in this, sir, because we don't have any alternative for that as of now.
And it's academic interest, nothing more than that.
Yes, yes, sir. And most of the research topics also around this nowadays, how to reduce the content of this thing. And even of course you may aware of this LC3. There are some trials are going on LC3 cement without our this thing much limestone. So these all the things are happening, but up to that time we should definitely take care of these things. We can limit it, that's it.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
People invite informative sessions, sir. Possible
Thank
visitors,
you.
academic institution once, so that we could get all the insights to the students also. We'll have
Definitely,
an
sir. I
official
will
meeting.
plan it.
Okay, okay.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining and going to the vote of thanks, sir. Thank you, Mr. Suresh Kumar Ganta, for giving the informative session on green buildings and the accreditations, as well as how the materials should be used for the particular purposes, so that we could give some other green practices and what practices you should take while adopting a green building and green practices. Thank you so much for the informative session, sir. Thank you for joining us. I thank Mr. Koti Reddy and Mr. Suresh Kumar Ganta for giving us best opportunity of presenting their work here. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you all.